The full trailer for Incredibles 2 is here, and it seems like Helen is taking up the mantle of Elastigirl again, while Bob is left to deal with the kids. It's nice to see that the antics of the family hasn't changed, and they are right where we left off in the previous film. I like the switch of Helen getting her moment in the spotlight, much like Mr. Incredible in the first movie. I like the family dynamics mixed with the superpowers, which we saw a lot of in the first movie as well. I also like Jack being more involved. But most of all, I like how the trailer feels. It feels like a natural progression from The Incredibles, and it doesn't feel like there's a 15-year gap between films. This movie isn't reinventing the family, but it's showing us more tales from their lives. But this tale we're seeing in the trailer is only part of the story. I hope these moments in large are part of the opening act of the movie, and we eventually see the team back together again. But something the trailer doesn't fully give you is the main villain. We see the villain in the last couple seconds of the trailer, but the picture really isn't clear. Fortunately, if we break down this trailer, we can gather clues and pin down some things about the ScreenSlaver, and mainly the character's powers. First of all, the name, ScreenSlaver. It gives away a ton. ScreenSlaver broken down means exactly what you think. The villain is probably going to be using screens to slave us under his will. And the movie appears like it's going to be focusing on hypnotism as his primary ability. But if we really look at those last couple seconds in the trailer when we're introduced to ScreenSlaver, when he's interrupting some sort of broadcast, we get flickering lights and what looks like a shot of a security team looking at a bunch of monitors. What's of interest here is all the guys in this suit are staring ahead as if they have a glossy-eyed look. It seems like they're looking past something than actually looking at the screens themselves. Also, it's worth noting that Elastigirl actually appears to be shielding her eyes from the back of the shot, and she's possibly trying to avoid being affected of whatever is happening. When we see those security guards looking at the monitors, as well as a crowd of people watching the ScreenSlaver on televisions in front of a window store, so we know it's affecting the general population. Another shot the trailer shows us is what exactly they're looking at. It's some sort of test pattern with a swirl in it. This is probably that image that does the actual hypnotizing itself. From the trailer, it's really unclear if ScreenSlaver will actually be a super. For all we know, this hypnotizing spell might actually be his ability. But if I had to put money on it, it's not a super ability at all. But rather, it's a commentary on our dependence on our phones and our screens, and the villain will be using that against the general public. These short couple seconds in the trailer gives us the best idea of the villain to date, and it seems like the main arsenal of this weapon will be those hypnotizing powers. But either than that, we really don't know much. We don't even know if it actually is a male behind that mask. So let me know what you think of the trailer and the possibility of the ScreenSlaver being the main villain of the story. As always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you to my patrons, Adam Gray, Jeremy Jacobs, Jenny Edwards, Jeremy Robson, Gabe Marchanda, Trevor Cowan, Gunnar Lakeland, Sam Leon, Colleen West, and newcomer Jared Galifa. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It means the world to me. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.